Hi friends, welcome back to Arc Tutorials. This is Node.js full tutorial series for absolute beginners. We are continuing to learn about the built-in modules available in Node.js. In the last episode we learned about path, and previously we learned about HTTP and FS module, which is file system. Today we are going to work and learn about URL module. When you're working on any application, chances are that if you're doing to parse a particular URL, extract its components and do let's say formatting of a URL or resolving a URL or parsing the query params, etc., all of that you will require to work with URL module. Very important, and like I keep saying, all of these modules may look individually small, but all of them clubbed together can build a really powerful application. This is part 7.4. We are continuing to learn about the built-in modules. Make sure that you have seen the first 6 parts in order to have continuity to your learning. Please do show me some love. I'm building a 50-part series on Node.js, the most comprehensive on YouTube, for free of course. So please do show me some love. Alright, so we covered the first 3 modules in the previous episodes: HTTP module, file system, path. Today we are learning about the URL module. So URL module, like I mentioned, it can be used for parsing and handling all the URLs. It's especially useful for extracting information like components of a particular URL like hostname, queries params, or path, etc. Alright, so that being said, let's jump right into code. Also, do let me know if you have any queries in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help you. So built-in module, this one today we are learning is URL. Alright, so first things, we'll extract URL from node.js like this, right? So we are basically importing that using require statement. Alright, now let's say we get an input and say URL string equal to https say localhost.com slash you can have some file name, say path, some query params, right? Query equal to say anything, right? Say value, some value you'll pass, and you can also have some fragment that's these are all part of the URL that can come in, right? It will have a domain name, of course. It can be your API endpoint. This would be the final endpoint. This will be your server name. So currently I'm giving it as localhost.com. This is the path, this is a query param, there is a fragment, right? Now what we'll do, we'll try and extract all of this through parse URL. So you can say parsed URL equal to, now you can use url.parse method and pass this URL string. Okay, now it says signature URL with query string parameter of is deprecated. Okay, now this is deprecated, but however we can do different things, right? You can see here the signature URL string of parse URL is deprecated in this version, but we can use different ways to extract it. So you can do URL dot say file or parse. Okay, so let's see how it extracts and then we'll see if it's not working. Okay, ideally it should. So what we'll do, and we'll give a pass parameter and say parse query string true. So now it became enabled. Okay, so if you just pass a URL, it will not be enabled. You need to pass true with it. That means parse the URL along with query params. Now you are going to write console.log and just log the things here. Say protocol parsed URL protocol, and you can write parsed URL dot protocol, and this will be a plus. And same way you can copy it multiple times. So URL, now you can do host. We can also get values of path name. We can get query value, and we can also get hash value. Okay, which is the fragment. So same things, you'll add it here. You'll parse URL dot. Now you can see here host name. So you can select host, parsed URL dot path name. So you can use path name dot query. You can use query. You can use hash dot hash. So see, all of these values are available as part of the parsed URL now because you used url.parse. So it would basically extract all the details that we need from a particular URL. Now to run it, type node built-in method url.js and run it. It's giving an error. Let's see what the error is. Cannot okay, cannot convert object to primitive value. Okay, let's just see what this is giving error, and let's see again. Okay, so it's not taking this because we'll have to add it as a template literal. We can do that also. For now I'm interested in just putting the values in console log. Alright, so you can see here HTTPS localhost, it extracted all the details. HTTPS is the protocol, this is the host name, this is the path, the query param is query value, and fragment is hash. Okay, so basically you are extracting all the information that you need from this particular URL. Very powerful, because sometimes when you get a get call, you may have the query params, right, that you can have. You can also have sometimes you might want to extract the hash value from a URL. You can use parsed url.hash. Also, if you are trying to compare a particular host name, you can use parsed url.host. Okay, so there are all different URLs that you can use. You can also use this to combine the URLs. Let's say I'll give you that use case also. Use case number 2, say resolve a path, right? Now what you can do is you can have two variables and say base path or say base URL, and you can write here https say localhost.com, whatever URL you have, slash, and you can give some path and say documents, something like this. And you can also have a say relative URL, and you can give file.txt, and you can do final URL equal to, you can write url.resolve and pass those two values. And now if you do a console log of final URL, you should see the combined URL that you will get. So clear this and run it, and you can see here it is giving localhost slash file.txt. Okay, so now you are resolving it because you are removing the path. Okay, or you can do something like this and do something, or sorry, dot file.txt. So this is giving you file.txt, and we did not add the slash, so that's why it removed. And I am going to replace this and run it again. So now you see it's giving. So basically, if you, now we are expecting this to be appended with this, that is what is called resolving a URL. So now when you run it, you can see in the output you're getting the correct output, https localhost document slash file.txt. Now if I don't give this, it will override and start taking it from here. Okay, that's use case number 2. So basically URL module will be used to extract the information from the URL. Okay, now I showed you an example of query params, right? Let me go one step ahead and extract that value for you. This is one of the most common use case, if you may say, extract query parameters. Okay, now when you are working, you would be getting a query string. Let's say you will say query string equal to say https localhost.com slash path query equal to some value and id equal to 123, etc. Right, so basically I am passing a query values here, multiple values, one is query, one is id. Now I need to extract them. So like I said, we will just first extract that and say parsed URL query equal to, you can do simple. First you will obviously parse the URL query string. So this is what you will get, and it's failing because you need to pass true. And then you can do a query console.log of parsed query dot query. It will return both the object which has both the parameters query and id. Then what we can do is we can do new URL. Okay, so something like this, you can say search params equal to, you can do new URL, or you can do something like dot search params and pass the parsed query dot query. Okay, so now you can do something like console.log search params dot, you can see here, you can do a get and get the one that you want. Let's say we have one parameter which is by the name query and one is by the name ID, so I'm console logging them both. So you can see here some value n123 is being logged, because here I'm saying search params, URL search params from this URL. So what this method will do is take the query and extract the query params for us, right? So this is one of the most common use cases of when you're working with URL. First is to get all the URL details. Second is to resolve a path. Third is to extract the query params. Okay, I hope these use cases are clear to you. Let me know if you have any doubt. Get components from the URL. Okay, that's the first use case. The second was to resolve the path. The third is to extract the query params. These are some of the most common use cases you'll come across. Do let me know if you have any doubts. I'll be happy to help you further. This is built-in module number 4 that we covered today. In the next episode we will learn about the events module. Again, very interesting, very important, very critical when you build enterprise applications. Please do show me some love. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe to my channel and keep continuing your learning series in this. Thank you. See you in the next episode.